This was a spring that could drive an honest person completely mad. Cotton Husband, who was originally honest and simple, just took a sip and his personality changed instantly. He grabbed the salt vendor's wooden ladle and started pouring water frantically onto his cotton. Then the salt vendor also dipped a ladle, and in an instant, he had an epiphany. He began to pour water onto his cart, trying to increase the weight of his goods. But what they didn't know was that the most terrifying thing about this spring was that it would amplify greed without limit. Any creature that drank from the spring would eventually be driven mad by greed. Not even mice and birds could escape this fate. After the people left, an old tree nearby suddenly spoke. He asked the spring what would happen to these people. The spring became excited immediately. Its body turned into a mirror, reflecting their future. The mouse, because of its greed for food, ate itself so fat that it got stuck at the entrance of its hole and was captured alive by people. The cuckoo bird put its chicks into another bird's nest and even threw out the original eggs. Cotton Husband, because of the excessive watering, made the bamboo basket too heavy. In the end, he collapsed from exhaustion. The salt vendor had the worst fate. Because of his reckless addition of water, he lost a whole cart of salt. After seeing all this, the old tree was thoroughly convinced. The spring became even more confident, claiming that no one could resist greed. At that moment, the sound of hooves came from the distance. It turned out to be the newly appointed leader. When his attendant saw the spring, he immediately rushed over excitedly and was about to drink. The leader spoke up, saying that drinking from this spring would make a person greedy. The attendant, frightened, poured the water aside. However, the leader calmly cupped the spring water and drank it heartily. The two of them continued to ride to take up their posts. But as soon as they arrived at the residence, they encountered the imperial court's allocation of funds for disaster relief. Boxes of gold were laid out in front of them. The steward was also eyeing them suspiciously, but the leader remained calm. In the evening, as the leader was sleeping soundly in the residence, he suddenly got up as if bewitched and vomited a cloud of black smoke. The black smoke grabbed the leader's hand and tried to touch the key to the treasury, but the leader, who was incorruptible, struggled constantly and finally shook off the black smoke and fled out the door. In the next moment, the black smoke grabbed the key from the table and chased after him again. This time, no matter how the leader resisted, the black smoke controlled him and was about to open the door to the treasury. Just as it was about to succeed, the attendant ran over. Seeing this, the leader immediately shouted for the attendant's help. The attendant told the leader that as long as he was determined, he could overcome the black smoke. The black smoke gradually dissipated. The leader straightened his sleeves. He had ultimately conquered the demon of greed. If it were you, could you resist the temptation?